Hey, beautiful Libra. Welcome to your Tarot and Oracle reading for October 2025. Today we're going to do a life path just to see what's coming in for you. And then we'll see what challenges you may face, what blessings you will receive, and get some advice from Spirit, and then we'll pull some Oracle cards, all right? Now, before we get into your reading, just a few reminders. This reading is for your sun, moon, and rising sign. Some months you'll resonate more with one than the other. I usually resonate with my rising sign, but some months my sun sign or my moon sign really speak to me, so I recommend you watch all three for a full picture. And while I say this reading is for October 2025, timing is divine, and so are you. So if you do find this outside of time, there's probably a message in here for you, and I encourage you to watch. Now, I'm trying to grow my channel, so I appreciate if you get value here to like and subscribe. That'll help others find my videos as well. I'm using the Trick or Treat Tarot because it is October, and I will use some Halloween and Samhain themed Oracle decks as well. Those will be in the description below. I've cleared your space. And now let's get into the reading. God, Spirit, Universe, please bring truth, wisdom, and understanding to this reading for the Libra family and help Libra to find their highest and most blessed timeline. Thank you, Spirit. All right, Libra. So, I do want to mention also that October 6th, there's going to be a full moon in Aries, which is in your 7th house, which is the natural house of Libra, which is why I find this full moon to be so powerful. So the 7th house has to do with partnerships. It has like business partnerships or like romantic partnerships, any really like close relationships that you have, and it could bring things to fulfillment, and it could also bring like a spotlight on something, a cycle could end here in this area, right? So let's see what the cards have to say, and they may say something about that. All right, so Libra, you start with the sun, which is beautiful energy, right? And it goes to the Three of Swords, which is a very difficult energy. So these two together tell me that there's like mixed blessings. Like the sun brings you happiness, it brings you warmth, it brings you freedom, freedom of expression and an open heart, like lightness. But the Three of Swords is the opposite of that, So it's like something could be removed from your life or your energy that frees you. But also, you could find yourself mourning that loss, which we would naturally do, So I'm sorry for you for whatever this means, but ultimately it's for the good. Like you have some really, really good cards coming up, but there's something to process with the Three of Swords. And it's really just a sense of loss, like I said, that requires processing and grieving, like a healthy response. We go through the steps of grief, and I feel like that will be a part of your journey in October. For the better, for the better. You're making a wish here in the Sun card, So, make your wish, set your intention. And then you end with the Ace of Swords, which is like Spirit giving you the blessing to move forward or the information needed, like downloads, and it reminds me of like Spirit taking a sword and like tapping your shoulders like they did in the olden days, like christen you in some way for some mission. And it's the sword of truth, and you wouldn't be able to receive that if you didn't receive the truth. And the truth is a two-sided sword. And in most tarot cards, especially the old ones, you'll see the sword. One side of the blade is dark and one side of the blade is light, because truth cuts both ways. And again, it's like a mixed blessing, And then you go to the Knight of Pentacles and the Magician. So this is real creative. Like you're making something happen. Whatever it is, and you know what it is, beautiful Libra, whatever that intention is that you set with your wish in the Sun card, or that's freeing you to move forward, this could just be something was standing in your way, and you realize that you can't allow it to stand in your way anymore. You have to you have to free yourself from it too, for some of you. But the Knight of Pentacles is on a journey. It's on a long journey that's going to create something lasting. So you're just planting your seeds, and you know that that you have a long journey ahead of you, that your harvest will come, but it won't all come right away. So whatever it is that you're working toward, whatever it is that you are practicing or creating, for some of you, this is going to take a while to manifest, and you're okay with that. Like if you don't start now, it'll never grow, and you know that, right? But you have the Magician. This is like real empowered energy. Like we all are very powerful magicians, but you are aware of this in some way. Like you are becoming aware of it, or you've become aware of it. With the Sun and the Magician, this is shining a light on your ability to manifest, and the Magician uses all the suits of the tarot, which is the sword is your intellect, the heart is your intention, your emotional guidance system, and the wand is your body and your energy, your fire, your passion, And then the pentacle manifests, that earth element manifests when you put all of those to work, and it feels like with the Magician here, you have all the cards up in the air. It's a little messy, and you're okay with that. You have the Ace of Swords here with these red dragons all up in the air too. Like it's things up in the air, and you're okay with that now. I want to say, you may not have been okay with kind of a messy process until now. Like now you realize, now you're able to be comfortable in the process of creation, which isn't always pretty, we'll just say, right? I really love that, because with the Ace of Swords ending your month, it's like saying, you've come full circle, and a cycle has ended and a new cycle has begun. And for a lot of you, it's how you think about things, because the sword is your mind, right? So you have a new way of seeing things, a new way to approach things. And then the challenges that you are facing is the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. So these aren't too challenging. These aren't so super challenging. With the Nine of Pentacles, though, I just want to say, beautiful Libra, because you may be used to, as a Libra, being in partnership. And with the Nine of Pentacles, this is not being in partnership, And this goes a lot with that energy I was talking about, the full moon in your 7th house, right? On the 6th. And you could feel that a week before and week after. You could feel that all month long, for a full 30 days after, because it's starting a new lunar cycle, right? So the Nine of Pentacles is you growing your own garden. It's you being self-sufficient, you being in business for yourself, with yourself. It's being an entrepreneur without partners. And for some of you, it's being out of a relationship. And that could be challenging for you. That could create issues aside from being like disappointed, sad, and lonely with the Three of Swords. This could be like, it's hard for me to manage this business or this household or this situation on my own. That could be challenging, right? But ultimately, with the Nine of Pentacles, this brings blessings. Self-sufficiency is a blessing in itself. You get to be your authentic self. You get to say your authentic truth. You get to show who you really are. And the Ace of Pentacles is planting a new seed. It's starting over from scratch as well, for a lot of you, in some way, like starting over. And I'm not surprised, right? Because you end with the Ace of Swords. So that can be challenging too. Starting over again on your own in some way can be challenging. But again, what a blessing, because an Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning, a new creation that's going to bless your life and bless the world. Okay. And then in your blessings, you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords in your blessings is you are being freed. You are being freed, for a lot of you, to be you, because you have that blue hat on, and that is your throat chakra, your authentic truth, the ability now to speak your authentic truth, or to express yourself authentically, you know, to take the bandage off, to take the mask off, right? The Eight of Swords is normally very limiting, and it's very self-limiting because you're surrounded by all these swords, which are thoughts and fears and misunderstandings and what's happening here, that kind of energy, you know. I'm afraid to move forward because I don't know which way to go, or I'm waiting for this to happen. It's like being in the waiting place of that Dr. Seuss book. I forgot what it's called, but The Places You Go, maybe, I think it's called. Anyways, the waiting place is brutal. But in your blessing, this is taking you out of the waiting place. You know, it's like now you're free to move forward. And now you can see clearly. And now you can show other people who you really are on a new level and be comfortable with that and be blessed by it. And the Queen of Pentacles is very creative energy. She is the creatrix of her world. And so, you know, I really feel like with the Magician and the Knight of Pentacles, like you are creating, you are moving forward in your creation, and you are going to create something physical that makes the world a better place, you know, because that's what the queens do. Ultimately, they make the world a better place. And the Queen of Pentacles does it by creating densified physical manifest reality that's somehow she's going to profit by. You know, you are going to profit. So with the Nine of Pentacles as a challenge and the Queen of Pentacles as a blessing, this is like the same energy. I am creating my world on my terms. It's hard or it's scary, but it's so freeing and such a blessing that I can do that now. I love it. Okay. So what is your advice, beautiful Libra? You have the King of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. Wow. I almost don't know what to say about this. Like, the King of Swords is the master of your mind, and it's a mastermind, right? And the Knight of Swords is like drinking in information, going after information, receiving information, downloads, data, education, a new way of seeing things. And look at them. They're both in front of a window, you know? And so for some of you, when one door closes, a window opens, you know, so look for that window, take that opportunity, right? Keep your mind open, keep the window open, your mind and your eyes open, because you're going to receive so much information with the Page of Swords. Look how heavy that sword is for this little guy. You know, he doesn't think he can hold that sword up. He doesn't think he can carry that sword around. And remember how I told you with the Ace of Swords here, swords in the tarot are always two-sided. You can see the light side and the dark side, right? And you can see it here too, right? So there's truth cuts both ways. Your mind is a sword. Words is an anagram for sword, right? So how you communicate, there's a lot of communication here as well. There is, be open to receive communication. Be open to receive information. There's so much of it that's coming in for you. This is your opportunity. This is your time to receive on a very, very potent level, something that is going to blow your mind open, you know. And I just want to point out, you know, you have the Three of Swords here. Like, again, that there's that mixed blessing, right? Where truth cuts both ways. Just realize that any information that comes in for you that this month is for your own good. It's for your blessing. You know, there's none so blind as she or he who will not see. So Spirit wants you to keep your eyes open, you know, keep your ears open, keep your mind open. Information is coming for you. And this is your opportunity to absorb it. You know, this month is special. Like, every month is special, but energetically, you know, this month presents you with an opportunity that next month won't offer you, right? So seize that opportunity of receiving, okay? And then you have ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA. So there is like, for some of you, DNA level healing, karmic healing, ancestral healing, like real soul deep transformation that maybe you've been working on for a while, or maybe just timing is divine and it's here for as a gift. Then you have vampire, emotional intelligence. So don't go places that feel like energetic vampire. Don't spend time with people who drain you more than they give back, And hearth or earth, happiness in our hearts and homes. So happiness is coming to you, whatever this Three of Swords energy is, whatever is leaving your life, and whatever the challenge of the Nine of Pentacles may be, this is bringing you peace. This is bringing you happiness and ease in your home life and your personal life as well. Okay, so embrace it, allow it, like I said, process, grieve, whatever you need to do, but just know that this is for the best. Then you have All Hallows Eve. Call upon the voices that stir your senses through the night. Cast an unforgiven howl as you stomp your might through the ground. So this is say your words, say your words and shout and cry if you have to process that Three of Swords energy. Be seen, be heard, be bold, be unashamed about who you are and what it is that you have to say, what it is you have to share. That authentic truth of beautiful Libra, it's time. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being you, and I'll see you next time. Peace.